Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Mojo, back with another vid. I'm back in the mix, and let me just address the elephant in the room, bro. I have not been uploading. I'm not gonna cap, y'all. Life was whooping a nigga ass for a little bit, bro. Life was whooping a nigga ass. I had to fucking move, so I had to move my whole setup. And whenever I had moved to my new crib, bro, I realized that I was missing some shit. So I couldn't record. I was missing like stuff from my mic, and my mic wasn't working. Oh my goodness. And then my pops, he doesn't know about my channel, bro. So he's been at the crib, and I can't tell my drug stories while he's at the crib. He's gonna be like, what the fuck? So yeah, bro. I'm back in the mix, and I'm back posting, bro. Y'all are not gonna ever experience a drought like that again. That's my fault. That was hella selfish, bro. I should have been uploading. Now, bro, this is gonna be the finale to my Xan series, the Becoming a Xan Fiend series. This is gonna be the last part. Today's gonna be about my last time taking Xans, and this the homie that I used to do the Xans with at work, bro. This nigga was a character, so let's get into it. Make sure y'all drop a like for me, bro. Get my channel going again, bro. Make sure y'all subscribe for it, nigga. Drop a comment. I'm gonna reply to y'all's comment, and let's get into it. So, bro, this whole took place. This story was from about. It was from about, like, I would say like 3 years ago, probably like 3 years ago, bro. There was this one dude. There's this one dude that I worked with. You know, after the plug was, you know, giving me this Xans. Eventually, the plug ended up stopping like replying to me. The plug stopped replying to me, so I was like, what the fuck? Like, at that point, this is really what made me stop doing the Xans, bro. I don't think I would have ever stopped doing the Xans if the plug had never, like, you know, stopped replying out of nowhere. Bro ended up moving to Dallas, and he didn't say shit to nobody. Bro just, like, left OT. Like, I just kept, like, texting him. I texted him for, like, 2 days, and then eventually I just gave up. I was like, bro, like, this nigga must be, like, dead or in jail or some shit. Like, what's going on? So, boom. The plug ended up dipping. Like, I don't got nobody to give me Xans, bro. I am fucking fiending, bro. This shit was so crazy for me because, you know, I wasn't really doing Xans every day, but, like, I loved Xan so much, bro. I could always get a Xan. Like I said, like, the plug would call me over at least like 3 times, at least like 2-3 times a week, and I'll end up having at least 3 Xans a week. I would usually end up getting more, but like at least 3, bro. So I would be on the Xans like most of the time, gang. So it was hella weird just going cold turkey, like no more Xans at all. Like, that shit was so weird. I had this thing going on for my body. Like, I was doing the Xans for fucking months, bro, and then eventually just quitting them cold turkey, bro. That shit was so weird. Like, my body was in such a weird state. Like it's kind of weird to describe. Like, like, I don't know if I was like withdrawing, but it was like my body felt high all the time. That's how I felt. I would be completely sober because I was also kind of broke. That's why I was doing the favors for the plug. I would be like taking out his trash. He would like call me over and be like, "Hey, yo, could you take out my trash?" I give you some. Sometimes he would give me coke, weed, or Xans. At this time, he was just giving me Xans. So, bro would hit me up. I would go over there, you know, take out his trash or fucking clean up his fucking kitchen for him or some shit. And bro would give me a baggie of Xans. So I had no Xans and I had no pen, bro. This shit was so weird. It was just so weird having no drugs in me, bro. That shit was ass. But eventually I ended up getting a homie, bro. There's this one guy who worked at this little Mexican restaurant that I used to work at. It's been mentioned in a few of my stories. But bro right here, bro is literally the only person. I think he's the only person that I've ever been on. Like, wait, nah. There was Anthony from the Cocaine Storytime. I'm gonna link that in the description. Go watch that. My boy Anthony from the Coke stories. I used to do Coke with him, but there was like no one else who was on this type of timing with drugs like me, like this guy was. I'm gonna call bro Isaac. So my boy Isaac, My boy Isaac starts working at this Mexican restaurant with me, and I can tell almost immediately, bro was just like me. Every single day, bro used to come into work looking fucking fried. Fucking fried. And sometimes I could tell that it ain't the gas, bro, because his eyes would be like perfectly, like his eyes would be perfectly white, like his shit wouldn't be a little red, like he was fried. Like I was like, oh wait, like there's something going on here. There's something going on here. So eventually, me and bro, we ended up chopping it up. Bro. And I found out pretty quickly after I found out he smoked. I was like, okay, cool. Like bro's cool. I knew he did something. And then eventually me and him started to share a little more, and it came out that we both like really like drugs, bro. We both really like drugs, and both of our main thing was the Xans. Bro would always pop the Xans. He popped the Xans a few times at work, and then I told him that I was like always popping Xans, and like I was able to get Xans for a little bit, and so he was like, oh, okay, like bro, just let me know, I can get you whatever, bro. Bro started like showing me all his plugs and shit. I'm like, oh shit, okay, like bro helping me out. Like he was like a real ass nigga. So, eventually me and bro we ended up getting cool. So I'm like, okay, like bro's cool as hell. We can do whatever. We can do like whatever, whenever. So let me tell y'all like what type of guy bro was. I ended up working with bro for a little while until he ended up quitting, but he was a cool ass dude. So I remember this one time we were on our shift, gang. We were on our shift, and I eventually ended up leaving early, but for this shift. But before I left, Isaac, bro was pretty fucked up. Bro was off the Xans bad on this shift, gang. You could tell something was up with him because gang was not. Bro could not work at all. Bro only had to drop the fries and shit. That's like the easiest job at this restaurant, just dropping the fries. And bro was fighting for his fucking life. So I eventually ended up leaving the shift that day, and I come in for my next shift the next day, and everybody's telling me what the fuck happened after I left, bro. So it turns out, bro ended up telling me the rest of the story, but it turns out Isaac, he was off the Xans. Bro was off the Xans, but it turned out it was a fake Xan. Bro fucked around and took a fake Xan, and bro had a seizure. Bro fell out in front of the fucking fire. One of our managers had to like run over and catch him while he was like seizing. Bro started having a seizure in the middle of the restaurant. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I remember the next day, or like the next few days, bro ended up telling me the story of what happened, and I couldn't believe it. Like, I had never heard in real life someone taking fake drugs. Like, that shit was always a worry for me, but I was such like a Xan head, bro. I did not care. I never cared about taking a fake Xan. I would always pop that bitch, but that's dangerous as hell, especially with the Xans, bro, getting them off the streets. Bro ended up having a seizure. They call the ambulance. They get him picked up. Bro had to go to the hospital, and yeah, they tell him it was the Xans. I don't know if it was fent or what, but bro just told me that he had got some fake Xans. So he ended up eventually coming back somehow. Whenever he came back, our managers, our bosses there, they did not check his paperwork at all. All they had to do was check his paperwork to see that he had a problem with the Xans, and they would have fired him. Like, bro ended up eventually coming back. They never found out. Like, he kept working there. So I was like, damn, okay. So another time, I remember I ended up getting some coke. I'm pretty sure it was from the plug that's at my apartment. He's been in my mushroom story times. Those are my first few mushroom story times. I ended up getting some coke off of bro. I pull up to work. I'm happy as hell. I've already been gumming the bag and shit. I'm like sticking my finger in the baggie and shit. I'm like, rubbing it on my teeth. I can't feel my mouth at all. I used to gum coke all the time, bro. Every time I got some coke, I'm pretty sure I would gum more coke than I would snort it, gang. But this ain't a coke story time. This is the Xan story time. So I ended up getting some coke. I brought it to work, and coincidentally, bro was at work. Isaac was at work, and I was like, "Yo, nigga, I got something to show you." Bro wasn't really a coke guy. He was more of a Xans guy. But I remember showing him the baggie this was like a dumbass way that we did it. We're literally in front of the restaurant, sitting down at these tables in front of everybody, and I'm like, I pull out the baggie from my fucking pocket, and I'm like holding it under the table. I'm like, bro, like reach under the table, like look what I got. Bro grabs it, and he was like, oh shit, like I'm down, bro. I'm down if you're down. Like he was down immediately. He was down immediately to do this code. So, eventually we both go into the restroom. No diddy. We both go into the restroom. And we do a few lines. We do a few lines, and we were lit. Bro was literally leaving. So as soon as we did those, bro just dipped out, and I had to do my shift. I was pretty fucked up that shift. Yeah, it was a good shift. You know what I'm saying? All right, so this last one, the last one was whenever I eventually ended up buying Xans off of bro. Bro eventually ended up getting fired. He wasn't really the best employee. He was a cool ass nigga, but bro really wasn't a good employee. He didn't really last long at the restaurant. But I kept tabs with bro because he was cool as hell. Like, and we would do all this shit together, and nigga, all we did was talk about drugs. So eventually, Xan, the plug, he doesn't come back. I have no way to get Xans, and I ended up seeing bro posted on the story. Like, it was like months later. Like, I haven't talked to him in a while. After he left the restaurant, me and him just stopped talking. Like, it wasn't like fuck him or he's fake. It was just like, damn, like we never even talked after he left, even though he was like such a cool ass guy, and I really fucked with him. So I ended up texting bro after I seen he posted on the story that he had some pills. Like, he's trying to get rid of some Xans, and he was like, bro, anybody who want these, hit me up. So I texted bro immediately. I was like, yo, like, those real? And he was like, yeah, bro, I got some Hulks. And at the time, I had never had Hulks. Bro, Hulks, they're like big ass green Xans, bro. Them things are fucking huge. So I was like, yeah. Bro had 2 of them, and I forgot how much it was. It was like what, like $15? Like maybe like 15 bucks is what he charged me. I ended up cash apping, bro. He pulled up at work. Like I said, I always do my drugs at work, bro. I always do my drugs at work, bro. I never want to be at my job sober. So bro pulls up and he gives me the Xans, bro. Whenever bro pulls up, he's in the passenger seat. Bro has 2 fat hoes in the whip with him. He has 1 fat hoe driving, and then he got 1 in the back seat. And then this nigga pulls up. He has the Xans, and we like chop it up for a little bit. We're like, bro, like, what's up with you? Like, what you been on? Whenever I check bro's story, he's the type of nigga to take thirst traps in the fucking mirror. Niggas taking thirst traps in the mirror and posting like whatever fucking event he at. Like, my nigga was always at a function, and my nigga always posting that shit. So bro pulls up, he gives me the Xans, we chop it up for a little bit, and I dip out. So I go back inside, and I take that goddamn Xan. I took that Xan immediately. I took a whole Hulk for my work shift. After not taking Xans for months, bro, I was feeling so bad for a Xan, bro. Like, I needed to get high. So I ended up taking the Xan, bro. I don't remember that shift. I don't remember that shift, gang. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember what happened that day, bro. Like, I got very fucking high off the Xan. And the next day I did it again because I had 2. I didn't want to just waste 2 Xans, because those were the last 2 Xans bro had. Bro said he was trying to get rid of them. Like, he doesn't do Xans anymore. And I was like, fuck it. Like, I'll take them off you. So yeah, bro. I took those Xans. I was fucked up, gang. I did that twice in a row. I don't remember either of those days. Like, those Xans were really strong. I remember him telling me. So yeah, that's the end of this, bro. That's the end of the fucking becoming a Xan Fiend saga. That was the last time I ended up doing Xans. I haven't done Xans since. But I remember saying in one of my previous Xan story times, if I got the opportunity, I might, bro. If one of the guys pulled out a Xan today, I feel like I might take it, bro. I'm not gonna cap. Alright, guys. Again, bro, I'm sorry for not uploading, bro. That was some fake ass shit, bro. That was weird as hell. I won't do that again, bro. Y'all are finna get some content consistently again. Alright, bro. I love you guys. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all subscribe for a nigga. Drop a comment for me. I'm gonna reply to it, I promise. And, peace out. Love you guys.